Welcome to the College Investor Audio Show, where we talk about the biggest issues impacting millennial money, from student loan debt to side hustles to building wealth. We will show you how to get out of debt so that you can build real wealth for the future.
2021 tax season. We have more tax software reviews and updates to let you know about. Today, we're talking about TaxAct Online. Okay, so for the 2021 tax season, TaxAct has elevated its software majorly, which isn't even a word, whatever. It now offers integrations with financial institutions, imports for W-2 and 1099 NEC forms, and options for advice from tax experts, like CPAs, enrolled agents, and the like. Despite the myriad improvements, TaxAct is still clunky and hard to use. Sorry, guys. Users need to know too much about their taxes, and the guided software is just way too cumbersome. If TaxAct were a bargain software, we might recommend it, but the price tags just leave it close to the top end of the market. For the 21 tax filing season, we recommend avoiding TaxAct. Here's why. Can you really file for free? If you're a W-2 income earner, you might qualify for the free version of TaxAct. The free file service also supports users with unemployment income or even retirement income. Users can claim the Earned Income Tax Credit, the Child Tax Credit, and the Rebate Recovery Credit through TaxAct's free tier. And the free tier is truly free. I know that sounds weird, but other free things still charge for state filing. Not TaxAct. You will pay nothing for federal filing and $0 for state filing. However, if you want to file a student loan interest deduction, or if you used an HSA, or you want to claim any other deductions, credits, or different forms of income, you will have to upgrade and pay kind of a lot. What's new for 2021? Well, they made some major overhauls. They just need to keep going with it. It now offers more integrations than never before. If you have 1099 forms from major financial institutions, TaxAct will allow you to import those directly from the institution's website. Then, TaxAct will use those forms to fill in the software for you, and it will also do the same with W-2s and 1099 NEC forms that users choose to upload. Another major change is the option for expert help, expert with just an X, no E, which involves tax advice from enrolled agents, CPAs, or even tax attorneys. You can schedule appointments with the experts during normal working hours and have them answer at least 2 tax-related questions. Users are allowed to set up unlimited appointments. This service does cost a little bit extra, but TaxAct hasn't revealed its price yet. The service will go live in mid-January 2021. TaxAct pricing plans. So all of TaxAct's paid tiers include technical support options. Unlike previous years, the Premier and Self-Employed tiers do not include access to support from enrolled agents. Instead, users have to upgrade to the Expert Help to get this personalized support. We have a neat little graph you can see at thecollegeinvestor.com to show you all of the different levels. Please note, TaxAct tends to adjust prices throughout the tax season. Gotta love that. A lot of them do, but December and January are the best time to lock in the low rates. TaxAct Navigation. TaxAct offers both guided and self-guided navigation. The guided navigation showed significant improvement. Users aren't forced to double answer questions related to their income and expenses, so the user experience is well streamlined. The software's navigation bar makes it easy for users to enter information they may have skipped. The nav bar also makes it easy to get to relevant sections of the tool. Whenever a user completes a section, TaxAct provides a quick summary which can make it easy for users to catch mistakes, and users can self-guide using the navigation bar on the left side of the software. The nav bar simplifies information entry for users who don't need guidance from the software. Overall, the navigation is on par with the navigation from bargain software like TaxHawk. So ease of use, let's talk about that for a second. TaxAct simplifies the filing process by allowing for quite a few imports, like W-2, 1099, 1099 NEC, and prior year's returns, all of that. Allowing users to upload relevant forms cuts time and makes the software a lot easier to use. While the software isn't horrible, the user experience is not built for humans. That sounds funny to say. The guided navigation tends to ask wordy questions, and users have to scroll to the bottom of the page to select yes or no to answer the questions. Both yes and no are green buttons on the right side of the screen. It's easy to answer the question incorrectly. Upon a misclick, users have to bear the cognitive load of figuring out how to navigate back. While this type of problem is easy to overlook in inexpensive software packages, like free stuff, it's really unacceptable for software that's near the top end of the pricing spectrum. TaxAct Knowledge Articles. Okay, so here's something good. TaxAct has a decent library of articles on tax topics, and it has info bubbles sprinkled throughout the software. That makes it pretty nice. This year, the software included pro tips and short videos that offer useful nuggets of information. Love that. Users who don't know a lot about tax codes and tax planning can benefit from these types of tips. The quality of the articles varies by topic. Some articles are just too laden with tax jargon to be useful. Like, I'm just a dude, I'm not a CPA, I don't know what you're talking about, but there are others that do offer some good details without being too overwhelming. TaxAct Extras. So this year, they of course rolled out the expert help option for people who want a tax consultation with an expert. And this is a useful feature for people who have tax optimization questions and also want to learn from a certified expert. Another bonus from TaxAct is the personalized tax plan. So TaxAct automatically generates a tax plan that gives users action tips on how to minimize their tax burden in the coming year. This is a massive value add for users that don't really know much about the tax code. All right, now for the cryptocurrency investment question. TaxAct does support the Schedule C or Form 1099-B that are required for filing crypto investment returns. However, it does not have special instructions to assist crypto traders or miners, so hopefully you know your stuff. TaxAct. Is it secure? Well, yes. They do require users to enable multi-factor authentication, and I was consistently prompted for a form of secondary verification. We love that. A huge enhancement from previous years when changing IP addresses didn't always yield a prompt for a second authentication. How does TaxAct stack up to the competition, you may be asking, and that's a great question. TaxAct does position itself as a premium product, but its performance, more comparable to bargain software. It certainly gets the job done, but the pricing leaves a lot to be desired. For 21, we compared TaxAct to TaxSlayer, which has similar pricing but a slightly better functionality, TaxHawk, a true bargain, and H&R Block, a true premium software with prices that are comparable to TaxAct. And we have that chart all laid out so beautifully at thecollegeinvestor.com. And another note on the pricing front, TaxAct is significantly overpriced compared to the competition. It aligns its pricing with H&R Block, but H&R Block offers a much better user experience. TaxSlayer comes in a few bucks less on every tier, and it offers superior usability. TaxHawk is significantly less expensive, and it offers a similar experience to TaxAct. Keep that in mind when you're doing your shopping. All right, so the other question we like to ask is, can you request your stimulus check through TaxAct? Due to the economic strains caused by COVID-19, Congress did issue the stimulus checks, $1,200 an adult, $500 per child, with some income restrictions in March of 2020. If you didn't get a check this year, or you think you were underpaid, TaxAct can help you claim your recovery rebate credit. TaxAct will make the credit request at all pricing tiers. Here are some final thoughts. Yes, there were some performance improvements. They're headed in the right direction, but TaxAct is not a competitively priced software. At the time this review was performed, TaxAct's prices matched H&R Block's in most cases. However, H&R Block is a for real premium software and consistently outperformed TaxAct. Less expensive software options like TaxSlayer and TaxHawk are way less expensive and offer better experiences. Interesting. Now, consistent with previous years, we do recommend Staying Away from TaxAct in 2021. That's our review for today. I really hope it was helpful. If you want to find other reviews for tax software, we have them all for the 2021 tax season at thecollegeinvestor.com, and we're continually updating them too throughout tax season, so keep an eye on it. Again, it's thecollegeinvestor.com. Thanks again. We'll talk to you again real soon.